Hello people, me Nosy, and I'm back for a Transformers review. 2 of 4 of my last ever. Stay tuned.
Guilty secret to tell before my head explodes. A burden I never wanted, I'm getting close to overload. It's been far too long.
Yes people, I am back for my number 2 of 4 last ever Transformer reviews until I start to move on with my channel. And yes, I am going to auto-assembly still this year, and still getting the odd frequent questions thrown at me. Does that mean, if you're not collecting, does that mean you're not coming to auto-assembly? You don't need to collect Transformers to go to auto-assembly. There's 2 sides to it. There's the collecting side and the social side. I'm going for the social side. So I will see those of you in 2015, and maybe after that. Depends what the year brings, or years bring. Anyway, so, as you can see by the title page, people, the second review of all the 4 last videos from me is this guy. Yes, he's not transformed properly, as you can see. Maybe not. The panels aren't lined up. I can't transform into the shark mode for shit. It's awesome, but ridiculous to try and like get all the panels and everything integrated into this shark. It's just fucking ridiculous. Anyway, so Generation Byte from Hasbro is my next review. Okay, welcome back folks. I'm indeed reviewing this guy. This is the, as I said a moment ago, the 30th anniversary edition Hasbro's Voyager Byte. I got this guy from Auto Assembly 2014, and as you can see, it is not transformed properly, as you can probably tell on this side the most. The feet are kind of dangling out. My excuse, I can't do it. I cannot put these panels together. People, I've seen a few reviews, and each of them are saying that it is difficult to get into the mode. The problem is, I do not find this a fun transformation at all. You know, you've got to have some fun with making it. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of a challenging transformer, but this is just ridiculous trying to get all the panels together. And how the hell you get them legs to work, to bend like you do, you know, to get it all plush into that crevice like that. And why the hell? I mean, yeah, it's meant to look like it's swimming. But why the hell have they arched it? If they did it more straighter, it might not have been much of a problem. It's because most of the pegs and the holes do not line up unless you start doing things like this, pulling it all apart again. But anyway, you get the gist. It is a nice representation of a shark with the, you got this like blue head, which is actually the chest in robot mode, and then you've obviously got this darker blue, and it's got this like aqua green colour there, then you got this blue, then you got the yellows in there, and greys. It's got a lovely colour scheme, I will give it that gist, but I just think it's just a little bit too ridiculous of trying to do, unless you are a patient person, but I certainly am not. So people, I'm going to transform it now. You've seen it, the best I can do. There's nothing really going for it, even though these fins do move in articulation. So let's get into robot mode. I'm not going to show you it because there's plenty of reviews out there, even though mine's not the best. But anyway, let's do it. And here it is in the robot mode, which I do prefer out both modes because, well, I like the shark mode. Who doesn't? But because of the difficultness we're trying to get it into that mode. It's actually easier transforming it into the robot mode from the shark mode than it is getting it into the shark mode from robot mode. Here it is in the robot mode. I don't know if these back panel bits are actually right, because apparently, as in the review I saw, it's mistransformed in the box apparently, and these are supposed to kind of like close together and kind of become like wing bits at the back. But anyway, just for this review, just let it be, because I really don't care going into too much characteristics. But yeah, there he is. Very, very striking composition with the colour scheme. You got the aqua green or aqua blue face there, becomes the chest like I said, and then you twist the nose to get the Predacon symbol. What a beautiful, fantastic head sculpt. If you can just maybe see the head sculpt, yeah, maybe not. Articulation is fantastic. You got 360 swivel, if you mind these bits. These do actually move as well. You got elbow, even though there is a problem with the design, because of the transformation. His arm here is completely hollow, and it folds up around like that, which is good. But the problem is, because of that, it's if you try to do an elbow movement, it just keeps opening up. It doesn't close properly, and apparently that's the same on a lot of figures. So that is the design flaw. This arm here, again, you got 360 swivel. You've got an elbow movement again. Then obviously you've got his gizmo gimmick, this black grey thing on the side, which goes like that. You also have articulation for the pincer bits of the arm, the blue and the grey bit there. The missile does actually fire as well. I'm not going to do that, but yeah, little thing there on the side. Articulation on the legs. You've got yeah, that's due to transformation, but you've got elbow, knee, and you've got good in and out joint of the leg. You got swivel as well. You also got feet articulation, even though a bit stiff, and they're not the best feet in the world on a figure. You got no waist articulation, but for what it stands, it is a decent articulation, and you can get a decent bit of playability and displayability out there. Playability and displayability, even though there is some replication problems. All in all, it is a good representation. I'm not overly impressed, even though that might surprise a lot of people. People are saying you're putting this figure down because you're incompetent, so unable to put it into the shark mode. That is one part of it, but I just prefer the robot mode anyway. For some reason, the robot mode just seems better to me. Argument done. Oh yeah, and obviously the head does also have articulation, 360. It is very nice, a good representation, very show accurate representation. The only problems I do not like with this figure is I do not like the hollowed legs, even though that is designed specifically because of the complex of the shark. They all fold up. I really do not like the engineering on them. They could have really done much better with that, I think. I do not like the hollowness. There's just nothing there. The best bit of this robot mode is this. The head and chest. That's the best part of this robot mode, is this section here. Below that, it looks great from the front, but then when you go to the back of the figure, it's great here. Then you go down, you got hollow there, you got hollow here on this arm here. Yeah, I mean, Hasbro are trying. I'll give credit where it's due, but I'm just not overly massively impressed with the overall thing of it. Even though it is a nice toy, a nice figure, but this is certainly a figure for those people that have the patience, and I certainly don't. When I picked this guy up, it was an impulse buy in a way as well, but I picked it up because I love Byte, and I was going to get it signed as a memorabilia, but I never did, so I ended up opening it, and it doesn't stand up properly like I'm trying to do now. Also, the review I saw, I believe it was Balterix. Is it Balterix or Balter? Yeah, someone like that on YouTube. Basically, I just watched his review. Very good, by the way. And basically, he said that you can use like it's actually got a port on the back, which I'll show you right there. See that little hole above the screw? Basically, that you can put a display stand in, like it pegs in, and you can actually display it. That's specifically for the shark mode. But you've got the opportunity, if it is that unstable, you could use a display to keep him propped up on your shelf. And you can also use it in the alt mode as the shark. Thank you very much for your patience. This has been my not so great review on Generation Skyquake. Byte. Stop saying Starquake. Byte. But yeah, thank you very much, and I'll be back very soon. Bye bye. Disappointedly to those of you who watch this. Goodbye.